everybody. I'm so glad that I finally get to talk to you guys. It has been so long since I've been able to see you and talk to you guys, and I miss you so much. Just until all this is over, I'm going to start doing lessons through video, and then you're going to be working on the work at home throughout the week. And I will be available by email or telephone. If you or your parents have questions, you guys can call me or email me, and I'd be happy to help you or answer any questions or walk you through it. So we're going to have 3 things we're going to work on each week. We're going to work on social skills, math, and communication arts. First lesson today is life skills, and I have a wonderful assistant here, McKenna, who is helping hold up the information. We're going to be going through a life skills packet, and I'll hold it up real quick right here. This packet is available on this page that you're watching this video under the additional documents. If you can either download it and print it, or just download it and view it on your computer or tablet, and then answer the questions on a separate piece of paper, whatever is best for you. So we're gonna, for Monday, all you have to do is watch this video, and Tuesday you'll have 1 page, Wednesday you'll have another page, Thursday you'll have another page, and Friday you'll have 1 page. So you'll complete 4 pages this week. So let's go ahead and start the lesson. The first thing we're going to be going over is, go a step on up, grocery shopping. So, if you want food in your home, you're going to have to go to the grocery store. I know right now we have to take extra precautions when we go to the grocery store, and maybe just your mom or grandma or dad are going by themselves right now, but at some point in time, this is an independent living skill you're going to have to be able to do on your own. So there are a variety of stores to choose from. Some people might want to go to the corner store down the street that has food, or Dierberg's or Schnucks, or my favorite where I always shop, Aldi. And I know you guys know that because me and Miss Owens talk about how much we love Aldi all the time and how you can get lots of food for your money there. So, or Walmart or Target. So on this first line, I want you to write down, what store does your family shop at? So you're going to write that on this line. Usually when we go shopping, we're on a budget. And what a budget is a certain amount of money we have to spend. Like, for example, you might have $100 to spend for 2 weeks worth of food for yourself. So when you're going to the store, you have to keep that in mind when you're buying things. And when you're under a budget, what is best to do is first buy all the essential things, the things you know you're going to need, like bread, eggs, meat. And then if you have extra money, that's when you can buy the extra special things, like McKenna loves cookies. So if we have extra money in our budget, we might buy cookies or ice cream or popsicles. So yes, and she just said Elsie loves Oreos. So anything extra, if you have extra money in your budget, you can buy that. But like I said, buy all the needed things first. And so this says a budget is a plan you can come up with on how you spend your money. The best way to save money when you go shopping is to shop the sales, use coupons, and buy generic or store-bought brands. So each week you might be getting, everybody usually does, in the mail, like an ad for Aldi, which we've brought into class before. In fact, almost every week Miss Owens brings that in, and we show you guys and we talk about all the different sales there are. So one week they might say, rice is 4 packs for $6 when it's normally more than that. So you might say, oh, I like rice, so I'm going to stock up on rice. I'm going to shop this sale to save money. Or you can use coupons. Lots of times in the paper there's coupons for $5 off a purchase of 20 or more, or save 50 cents on Velveeta shells and cheese. So if those are something that you might like, you want to use those coupons when you are buying those items. And use store brand products. When you go to the store, if you're at Schnucks, there might be Del Monte green beans and the Green Giant green beans. And then there's Schnucks green beans. And usually Schnucks green beans are cheaper. And a green bean is a green bean, right? So if you want to save money in your budget, I always buy the generic brand, so that gives me extra money to buy something else. And also, different stores have different prices too, so make sure that when you're buying that, you're going to your store, you're going to the store that has the cheapest item. So in this next little box, what you're going to do down here, which I'll move it forward so you can see, down here we're going to talk about soda. And it says there's 3 different brands of sodas on here. Brand A is $1.15. Brand B is $1.59, and brand C is $1.09. And what you're going to do is you're going to add up, or you're going to subtract brand C from brand A and see how much money you would save if you bought brand C over brand A. And then you're going to also find out how much more you save if you bought brand C over brand B. And then down here in this section, you're going to write down what brand is the cheapest and how much was it. And then which brand is the most expensive and how much was it? And then you're going to rewrite what we talked about, the best ways to save money. So go on up and use what we've talked about to fill in that form. This is what you'll do on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about home safety, which McKenna, go on up and show them what that page looks like. We're going to talk about what it means to keep your home safe. There's lots of ways that we can keep our home safe. The easiest way to keep our home safe is, excuse me, to learn how to prevent accidents that might happen. There's hundreds of accidents that happen every day in homes. Some common accidents that happen are drowning, falling, burning yourself, poisoning, choking, and fires. And one way to prevent accidents is to be prepared. Recognize where most hazards happened and take steps to prevent them. How can we prepare or prevent accidents from happening? So, excuse me. On your paper, there are different common ways, and I'm going to go through some examples, and I want you to come up on your own. So the first one says drowning. A way we can prepare or prevent drowning is, let's say you have a pool, to make sure that you have a fence around your pool that is locked so that nobody can get in. And that can keep other people that maybe who don't know how to swim from going in your pool and drowning. And I want you to come up with 2 more reasons how we can prevent drowning. The next one is falls. Oh my goodness, it's so easy to fall around your house. We could list tons of ways to prevent falls. But one example would be to always make sure your chairs are pushed in under your table. I know I have tripped over chairs that my kids have left pushed out of the table, and that could have been prevented if everybody would have pushed in their chair. So that's an example of how we can help prevent falls. A way we can prevent burns is to be very safe when we are cooking. If we are using a hot pan or getting something out of the oven, always wear oven gloves to keep ourselves from getting hurt. A way we can prevent poisonings is to keep unsafe chemicals or medicine up out of reach of children and keep the lids on. Another common accident is choking. And one way we can prevent that is to make sure that we are chewing our food really well. Sometimes I know when we're super hungry, we might want to eat really, really fast because we're so excited to eat that or we're so hungry. But that may make us choke. So we need to make sure we slow down and chew up our food to prevent choking. And if you ever do choke, the universal sign of I need help, I'm choking, is to put your hands over your throat. And so other people do know that sign, and so that can help you if you are choking to indicate to others that I need help, I'm choking right now. And another way to prevent fires is, like I said, there's many reasons. I want you to come up with 2 on your own, but one example of a way to prevent a fire is to make sure that if you have a space heater, which lots of people do in the winter to keep themselves warm, make sure you keep everything away from this fire heater or the space heater so that it doesn't accidentally catch on fire. So like I said, those are some ways I want you to talk with your families, talk with your parents, grandparents, whoever you're staying with, and list some more ways that you can help prevent those common things. Like they said, prevention is a great way to keep accidents from happening around our home. The next thing we're going to talk about is laundry. And so McKenna's going to show you the laundry page.
Is it going to be right way? And then we're just
All right, so when we're doing laundry, well, let's start back. We have to do laundry, right? If we didn't do laundry, our clothes would just be dirty. And after a while, they're going to get stinky. And especially, you guys, in my class, you're going to be going to work next year. And like we work at MERS, you have to make sure that our clothes are clean. I need this paper. We need to make sure that our clothes are clean so that we are presentable. So, some of you might have washers and dryers in your home. Some of you might have them if you live in an apartment in your apartment complex. And some people have to go to a laundromat to do their laundry. So there's many different ways that you can do laundry, but everybody has access some way to do their laundry. Doing your laundry is easy if you follow some few steps. The first thing you should do is separate your clothes into different sections. That means like if you have whites or light clothes, put them in one pile. If you have colored clothes, put them in another. You never want to wash your whites with colors because sometimes our colors bleed. And like if I put these pants in the washer with my brand new red cardinal shirt, what could happen to my pants? They could end up pink or red and I wouldn't have white jeans anymore. So it's important that we wash colors with colors and whites with whites. The next thing you need to do is check your pockets. Actually, this just happened the other day. I was washing clothes and my husband left a pin in his pocket and he didn't take it out and I forgot to look and I washed it. And luckily I saw it before I put it in the dryer because do you know what would have happened if I would have washed those pants with the pin in the dryer? Ink would have gone everywhere and it would have ruined probably every piece of clothing. And I know I wouldn't have been happy and I know that my husband wouldn't have been happy either. So we could have prevented that by checking the pockets before. So always make sure you check pockets for pens or candy or anything that might bleed or come out during the wash. The next step is after you put your clothes in, well, it depends on actually what kind of washer you have. In my washer, I put the clothes in first because it's a front load. But if it's a top load, you fill it up with water first. You're going to put in your detergent. On your detergent bottle, it'll always tell you how much detergent to put in. It depends on the size of your clothes. So if you have a top load, you're going to put your water on and put your soap in. If you have a front load like I do, it goes in a little container. So you, if you're not sure, ask whoever you stay with to help you know which way you put in your laundry detergent. Then you're going to set your washing machine at the appropriate section. or setting, yes, thank you, McKenna. It might be a white setting or a cotton setting or delicate setting. Depends. Different washers and dryers have different settings. If you're not sure, ask your parent. Yeah, and it even says on here, have your parents show you which one to use so you know which the appropriate setting to use. Then you're going to close your lid to start your washer. And like I said, in mine, it's a little different. It's a front load, so I shut the door and then I have to press like the play button. If you're not sure, ask your family. Each washer is just a little bit different. After the clothes are finished washing, you can either put them in the dryer or hang them out to dry. Some clothes, you always should look at the tag. Will say you can dry it. Some will say dry clean only, or some will say hang dry. So make sure you always look at your tags on your clothes to know how to dry it. Because some stuff, if you put it in the dryer, it'll shrink it. When you take it out, you might be like, oh my goodness, this doesn't fit me anymore. And then you might find out, oh, that's because I wasn't supposed to dry it. So make sure you always look at your tag to know how to dry it. You can put a fabric softener sheet in there if you want. That is up to you if you have it or if you'd like to. Once your clothes are done in the dryer, it's important to take them out as soon as possible. The longer they sit in the dryer, they're going to get wrinkly. If they get too wrinkly, you're going to have to probably iron them. And sometimes they get so wrinkly, you might even have to wash them over again. So make sure as soon as they're out, you get them out. And after you get your clothes out and fold them, make sure you clean out the lint tray. And it's going to be different. On some of them, it's on top of the dryer and you pull it up. If it's a front load dryer, it might be a little thing you pull up. You have to clean your lint thing out after every single drying session, because the lint just collects in there, and if you don't, it can catch fire, and that is the cause of a lot of house fires, is the dryer catches on fire from too much lint in there. So please, 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 every time you use a dryer, clean out your lint. So after you fold your clothes, you might have to iron some, you might not. It just depends on what the shirt looks like or the pants look like and what the directions say on the tag. And when you are ironing, please make sure you have a parent help you the first couple of times you do it so you know how to properly iron. There's different settings on the iron, and the iron is so hot, and that is another place you can burn yourself. And like we talked about before, that's another way we can prevent getting burnt, is to make sure we know how to properly use the iron. So at the end of this, there's going to be a couple questions you need to ask, or answer, excuse me. So talk with your family, answer those questions. And when you guys are done with these sheets, if you can either send me your answers or take a picture of your answers and send it to me, or just type it in the Microsoft Teams, whichever way, so I know that you're learning this, or if you have any questions, that would be great. The next section is restaurant etiquette. And I will show you what that sheet looks like. This is going to be how we should behave in our restaurant. And a lot of these skills are even out in public. Most people love to go eat out at restaurants. I know we went out and ate together at IHOP, and I know we all had so much fun when we went to IHOP. So what I want you to do first is list some restaurants you like to go to. I love IHOP, and I had so much fun when we went there. I also love to go eat. Oh yes, McKenna reminds me of this place called Young's. It's a little restaurant we love to go to. I'm just drawing a blank of where I like to eat. I like to eat out at pizza places. So I just want you to list some restaurants that you like to go to or with your family. When we eat at restaurants, it is so important that we have proper behavior and that we act appropriately. And we practiced all these skills when we went to IHOP. So here are some tips that you need to follow when you are at a restaurant. Listen politely to the server when they are telling you the specials and taking your order. If you're talking or when somebody else is taking their order, the waitress or waiter can't hear and they might get your order wrong. And then that's just going to cause problems and take longer. So make sure that you are listening and quiet when you're ordering and other people are ordering. It's important that you stay in your seat when you're at a restaurant. The only reason you should really get up is if you're ready to leave or if you need to use the restroom. Other than that, at a restaurant, you should just stay in your seat. If you're up walking around, it distracts other people. And I know I wouldn't like it if people were constantly walking by me while I'm trying to eat. So, like I said, the only reason why to get up is to go to the restroom or leave. When it's your turn to order, make sure you speak clearly and loudly. If you mumble and speak low, you might have said, I want a cheeseburger, but she heard hamburger and you didn't get what you wanted. But that's because you didn't speak loudly and clearly. So you need to make sure that they hear you correctly, because this is your food that you're going to eat, and you want to make sure that it's right. So make sure you speak clearly. When you are ordering and just talking to anybody at your table, like if you need something passed to you or whatever else, please use your manners by saying please and thank you. We talk about this all the time in class. Please and thank you can take you a long way. People love good manners. As soon as you sit down, if there's a napkin at the table, we've talked about this many times, the napkin goes where? On our lap. And the other place it could possibly go is in our shirt. So one of those two places is where you need to put your napkin as soon as you sit down. Let's say you are, like when we went to IHOP, and a lot of you, we had pancakes. Let's say you just got a little bit of syrup on your face. Should I go like this and wipe my face with my hand or my shirt? No. We should use our napkin to wipe off our face. And we also need to use our utensils, like our fork, knife, and spoon. Those are called utensils. We don't want to use our fingers unless it's a finger food. Like fries are a finger food, or if you're picking up a hamburger. But like when we were eating pancakes, would it be appropriate to use our fingers? No. We should use our fork and knife. Always chew with your mouth closed. I know I tell you guys this all the time when we're at school. Nobody wants to see food being chewed in your mouth or accidentally have food fly out of your mouth onto them. And it's just kind of annoying sometimes to hear people chomping their food. So make sure you keep your mouth closed when you're chewing. And also, if somebody's talking to you while you're eating, like they say, I might say, hey McKenna, what do you want to do after work today? But she was in the middle of chewing. Should she answer me while I ask that and she's chewing? No, she should wait until she's swallowed what she's eating and then answer my question. When you are eating, I say this all the time to you guys too, your food does not have legs. It's not going to run away. It's going to be right there in front of you. So take your time and eat small bites. You don't want to shove food in your mouth. Number one, you're not going to get to enjoy your food very long. But number two, it's not safe. Like we talked about, it can cause choking. And it's just not good for you to eat big hunks of food. And it's not good manners. So just take small bites. If you are thirsty, make sure you've swallowed all of your food before you drink. If you drink with food in your mouth, the food could come back out in your cup, or it can also be a choking hazard. So just make sure that your food is all swallowed before you take a drink. And like I said before, your food's not going anywhere. You have time, so just relax and enjoy your meal. Take your time. At work, we have a 30-minute lunch break. That's plenty of time to eat slowly and enjoy your food. Also, if you are at a table like we were at IHOP, it's okay to participate in conversation. It's all right to talk to people. Just make sure that you're not talking with food in your mouth, and also don't interrupt other people. So at the bottom, you're going to answer some true or false questions. Send me your answers however you can so I can make sure that you understood what we talked about today. And I believe we have one more section. Actually, we don't. Yay, that's it. That's all you have to do for the week. So Monday, just watch this video. And then the rest of the week, you can work on one page a day. Send me your answers however you can. Send me questions if you have any. I'd be happy to answer them. And speak this over with your family and practice these things at home if you can. And I will see you in my other videos.